Hello everyone. So in this session, we will discuss about interpolation and extrapolation techniques. Let us suppose that we are given two variables, say x and y. X being the independent variable, and y the dependent variable. Then we say that y is a function of x, and we write it as y equal to f of x. Means you write f within brackets x, but when you read it as f equal to y of x. Or you can also say y suffix x. This is assuming y suffix x, so this I will put it as a suffix. Suppose we are given the values, say x naught, x1, x2, and so on, xn. For x, and let the corresponding values of y be y naught, y1, y2, and so on, yn, respectively. If we want to estimate the value of y suffix x, or let me write it as suffix. Actually, all these things will be suffix. Y naught, y1, this is y suffix 2, y suffix n. Same way, this is x naught, x1, x2. This is our xn. Now, if we want to estimate the value of y suffix x for any value of x between the limits x naught and xn, this can be done by applying the technique of interpolation. Let me just underline the word interpolation. For example, suppose we are given the population census figures, say y suffix x, for the years. Let's call those years as x. Let's say it is 1931, 1941, 1951, 1961, and 1971. And we want to estimate the population for any year between 1931 and 1971. Say, for example, 1958, 1965, etc., etc. This is done by the method of interpolation. However, if we have to estimate the population for the period outside the range means here it is 1931 to 1971. Say for 1926 or 1975, then the technique is known as extrapolation. Means within the range, if you are trying to forecast or predict, you call that as interpolation. Beyond the range, if you are trying to forecast something, it is called as extrapolation. So interpolation is defined as the technique of estimating the value of y suffix x for any intermediate value of the variable x. Now let us understand how do we do all this with some example. So find f of x given that f of 0 is equal to -3, f of 1 equal to 6, and then f of 2 equal to 8, f of 3 equal to 12. Using parabolic fitting method, find f of 6 using the fitted curve. So now with this example, let us try to understand how do we form an equation, or how do you form a general curve. So let's do that. So let us say what are all given. We have been given 4 entries. Entries means the f of x values. So f of 0 is given, that is called as an entry. F of 1 is given, second entry. This f of 2 is third entry. F of 3 is fourth entry. So we will say, since we are given 4 entries, we can regard f of x, I mean the function or the polynomial. I will say f of x is as a, this is nothing but a polynomial, or to be very precise, polynomial function. F of x as a polynomial of third degree. Means When you have 4 entries being given, you can form a polynomial of third degree. Suppose instead of 4 entries, if they give you in the question as 5 entries, then we can create a f of x of fourth degree. Means it will be 1 less third degree. Say that will be like f of x is equal to ax the cube plus bx the square plus cx plus d. See, third degree, why it is called as third degree? Because the highest power is 3 in this. So let me call this as equation 1. Let me call that as equation 1. Now let us proceed. In this equation, in the above f of x, 4 unknown constants are there. 4 unknown constants a, b, c and d needs to be evaluated. This we are supposed to find. So how do we do that? So you may notice all these inside the brackets are nothing but x values. Means 0 is an x value, 1 is an x value, 2 is an x value, 3 is an x value. So now I say putting x is equal to 0, 1, 2 and 3, because they had given us 0 is given, f of 0 is given, f of 1 is given, f of 2 is given, f of 3 is given. So I'm going to substitute in this equation x as 0, 1, 2, 3. What will happen? In 1 we get first one, I can say f of 0. F of 0 value is given in the question as -3, which is -3. I can now, in this equation, I can substitute x for 0. That means a into 0 the cube plus b into 0 the square plus c into 0 plus d. Let me call this as equation 2. So all these terms, this is 0 cube, something is getting multiplied with 0, something is getting multiplied with 0, something is getting multiplied with 0. So all these terms will become 0 only. That means from second equation, we have -3 is equal to d. Because all other terms are becoming 0. This will become 0, this is 0, 0. So everything is 0. 0 plus d is only d. Already the left hand side is known as -3. So I'm equating d as -3. So we got the value of d now. Now putting x is equal to 1, what will happen? F of 1. I'm going to put 1, x as 1. So what will happen? This one will become a into 1 cube. A into 1 the cube plus b into 1 the square plus c into 1 plus d. D value is known. It is known to be -3. F of 1 value is also given in the question as 6, equated to 6. So this becomes our third equation. So from this I can say a into 1 cube, it is nothing but a, b into 1 square is nothing but b, c into 1, it is c, and take this -3 to the other side, it will become +3. That means 6 plus 3, it will be 9. So this is our second equation, right? So let me again call this as third equation, because this and this are same. This one and this one are same. I am again recalling that as third equation only. Now, if I put in our equation 1, x as 2, what will happen? I'm talking about this. In this equation, I'm putting x as 1 means this will become f of 2. I'm sorry, x as 2 means this will become f of 2. F of 2 is equal to 2 times, sorry, a times 2 cube. Let me write that. A into 2 cube plus b into 2 square plus c into 2 plus d. D value we know it is -3. And this f of 2 is given in the question as 8. Let me call this as equation 4. So what will be this? 2 cube is 8, so it becomes 8a. This 2 square is 4, so it becomes 4b. This is 2c. And take this negative 3 to the other side, it will become positive 3. So 8 plus 3 will become 11. Call again this as equation 4. So we have one equation. This is equation 3. Another equation, equation 4. Now let us proceed substituting x for 3 in this first equation. Here I'm going to put x value as 3 everywhere. F of 3 will become a into 3 cube plus b into 3 square plus c into 3 and then plus d. We know plus d is minus 3. That is equated to, what is f of 3 given? 12. So let me write it as 12. Let us call this as equation 5. Now this can be simplified as 3 cube, it is 27. 3 square, it is 9. And 3c. Let me take this negative 3 to the other side, it will become positive 3. So 12 plus 3, it becomes 15. Call again this as equation 5. Now, if you look into this equation, all these numbers 27, 9, 3, 15, all are divisible by 3. So divide both sides by 3. So what do we get? If I divide 27 by 3, I get 9a. This will become 3b. This will become c is equal to 5. Again, rewrite this as fifth equation only because this and this are the same. What I did is I simply divided all the numbers by 3. So this became 9, this became 3, this became 1, this became 5. Now, we may notice there are 3 equations. That is equation number 3, equation number 4, equation number 5, and 3 unknowns. Let us solve it. Let me rewrite it first. Let me rewrite properly. The third equation is a plus b plus c. A plus b plus c is equal to what? Is equal to 9. That is our third equation. Then fourth equation, let me write 8a plus 4b plus 2c equal to 11. Then 9a plus 3b plus c equal to 5. Now you have 3 equations and 3 unknowns. Either you apply elimination method and do all these things, or directly let us use, we already learned the Kramer's rule. Let us use Kramer's rule to solve this. Using Kramer's rule to solve simultaneous linear equations. Simultaneous linear equations. So we'll use that. Means I will have a determinant first, which I will call it as delta. 1, 8, 9. This will be 1, 4, 3. This will be 1, 2, 1. Let us evaluate this. Expanding it from first row. So 1 times 4 minus 6 minus 1 times 8 minus 18 plus 1 times 24 minus 36. Now this is what? This is negative 2. This is negative 10. Negative 10 into negative 1 is positive 10. This is negative 12. So how much we get? This is 8. 8 minus 12 is minus 4. So delta is minus 4. Now let me proceed with delta. See, instead of x, y, z, here we have ABC. So I will call it as delta A. Delta A, how do we write? Wherever the coefficients of A is coming, that will be replaced with this coefficients of constants. Means instead of 1, 8, 9, I will replace it with 9, 11, and 5. So first column, 9, 11, 5. Whereas second and third column will remain as it is. 1, 4, 3, 1, 2, 1. Let us do this. 9 times 4 into 1, 4, 3 into 2, 6, minus 1 times 11 into 1, 11, minus 5 into 2, 10, plus 1 times 11 into 3, 33, minus 5 into 2, sorry, 5 into 4, 20. So this will give us, this is minus 2, 9 into minus 2 is minus 18. This is 1, 1 into minus 1 is minus 1. This is 13. So how much we get? This is minus 19. Minus 19 plus 13, it will give you minus 6. So we got delta A as minus 6. Now let us do delta B. So in delta column, the second column elements, which are the coefficients of B, those will be replaced with this constants. Means instead of second column 1, 4, 3, I will replace 9, 11, 5, whereas the first and third column will remain as it is. So I will write 1, 8, 9. And this one I'll write 1, 2, 1, whereas the middle one I'll replace it with constants, which is 9, 11, and 5. Let us evaluate this. 1 times 11 into 1, 11, minus 5 into 2, 10, minus 9 times 8 into 1, 8, minus 9 into 2, 18, plus 1 times 8 into 5, 40, minus 9 into 11, 99. So this will become 1. This is negative 10. Negative 10 into negative 9 becomes positive 90. This will be 59. So minus 59. So we have now 91 minus 59. How much it is? 91 minus 59. 32. That is our delta B. Now let us evaluate delta C. I'll go to the next page. So first two columns will be as it is like your delta. That means 189, 143. 189, 143. And the last column will be replaced with this constants 9, 11, 5. 9, 11, 5. So it is 1 times 4 into 5, 20. 3 into 11, 33. Minus 1 times 8 into 5, 40. Minus 9 into 11, 99. Plus 9 times, plus 9 times, what? Yeah. Plus 9 times 24 minus 36. So this will give you minus 13. And this will be what? Minus 59. And there is a minus outside, so it becomes plus 59. This will be minus 12. 12 nines are 108. Minus 108. Now let us see how much it is. 13, which is minus. Then add with the 59, subtract it with 108. So we get what? Minus 62. Now that we got all delta A, delta B, delta C, and also delta, let us evaluate what is A. A is delta A by delta. What is that? Delta A is evaluated as minus 6 and minus 4. Minus 6, minus 4, which is 3 by 2, or I can say 1.5. Then B is delta B by delta. What is delta B we got? 32. 32 by delta is minus 4. So this will become minus 8. Then C is delta C by delta, which is minus 62 by minus 4. So how much it is? 62 by 4. We get 15.5. 15.5 positive because both are negative. So therefore, I can say our f of x is equal to ax cube. A is 1.5 x cube plus bx square. B is minus 8 x square plus c x, and then finally plus d. D already we evaluated in the beginning. D is what? minus 3. Minus 3. So this is our required function. Now the question is to find f of 6. Substitute wherever x is there with 6. So 6 into 6 to the power of 3, that is 216 multiplied by 1.5, we get 324. Then 36 into 8, we get 288, so minus 288. Then this is 15.5 into 6, which is 93, plus 93, minus 3. So how much it is? You get 126. 126. That is your desired value of f of 6. Just we can browse whatever values are given in the beginning in the question. See, it is, if you look into first value was for 0, if x is 0, y, that is f of x is given as minus 3. If x is 1, it is given as 6. If x is 2, it is given as 8. If x is 3, it is given as 12. If x is 6, it should be definitely increasing. We are getting almost like an increased value. Means if I want to just plot it as a graph now, table now, let me do it. Let me just draw a table and see. Having 2 rows and let me put some 6 columns. Let me say first column is x and this is f of x. This one they give x values as 0, and then they give us 1, then they give us 2, then they give us for 3. They are asking us to forecast it for 6. That is what we did. And these values are given in the question as minus 3. And this one is given as 6. This one is given as 8 in the question. This one is given as 12 in the question. This we forecasted 126. So let me change this. This is small f. This is also small x. Let me increase the size of this. So if you look into, it looks reasonably okay because this is starting from -3, slowly it is increasing. So if this is the pattern, maybe for 6, it should be a higher value. Definitely it can't go down less than 12 or less than 8 or less than 6 or less than 3. It has to be more than 12 only. It looks okay in that forecasting, whatever we did. Right. So next we will proceed with something else. One more question like this. The following table shows the values of an immediate life annuity for every rupees 100 paid. So we have a table here. Having 2 rows and 5 columns. Age in years. Here it is annuity in rupees. 40, 50, 60 and 70. Here 62. This is 72. Not 62, sorry. This is 6.2, 7.2, 9.1, 12.0. Interpolate the annuity for the age 42 by parabolic curve fitting. You can also call it as I told you, you can also call it as polynomial curve fitting. Because exactly it may not be a quadratic. Whenever you come across with quadratic means the highest degree, if it is 2, you generally call it as a parabolic. Otherwise, you can call it as polynomial. Because here they had given you 4 entries. 4 entries means again I will be writing ax cube plus bx square only, which means it is actually the highest degree is 3. May not be exactly parabolic, but this methodology they call it as parabolic fitting. So this is the question given. Now let us start with the solution. Sorry. Same methodology, what we have done previously. So I'll say let f of x is equal to ax the cube plus bx power 2 plus cx plus d. Since we are given 4 entries, we consider f of x to be of degree 3. Degree 3 means the highest power is 3. Degree 3. Right. So here they had given us here x values, they gave us 40, 50, 60 and 70. F of x values they gave us 6.2, 7.2, 9.1 and 12. So corresponding, this first row is considered to be x, second row is considered to be f of x. Now, based on that, we'll say substituting, let me call this as 1. Substituting x equal to 40 in 1, we get f of 40 is equal to, f of 40 is given already in the question as 6.2, is equal to a times 6.2 the cube plus b times 6.2 the square plus c times 6.2. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. All this should be 40, not 6.2. 6.2 is the value. A times 40 cube, b times 40 square, c times 40. So what is that? It means 6.2 is equal to 40 the cube. 40 the cube is 64,000 A plus 40 square is 1600 B and 40 times C. And I missed this AD also. Let me call this as equation 2. I initially missed this D, I wrote it now. Then f of, similarly, f of 50. This value is given in the question as 7.2 is equal to a times 50 the cube plus b times 50 the square plus c times 50 plus d. So that can be further written as 7.2 is equal to 50 the cube, it is 125 triple zeros times A plus this is 2500 times B, and this is 50 times C plus D. Call it as third equation. Then f of 60 is given as 9.1, which can be written as A times 60 the cube plus B times 60 square plus C times 60 plus D, which can be rewritten as 9.1 equal to, sorry, this should be what? 60 the cube. 216,000 times A plus 3,600 times B plus 60 times C plus D. Call it as equation 4. Similarly, f of 70 is, f of 70 is given in the question as 12 is equal to A times 70 the cube plus B times 70 the square plus C times 70 plus D, which will be rewritten as 12 equal to 70 the cube. 70 the cube is 343,000 times A plus 4900 times B plus 70 times C plus D. Call it as equation 5. Now, first of all, these two things, if I subtract third and second equation, if I subtract, what will happen is this D and D will get cancelled. Let me do that. Third equation minus second equation. This time I'm not using Kramer's rule. I'll use, let us say, elimination method. I'm using elimination method just for a change. Third equation minus second equation means 7.2 minus 6.2. 7.2 minus 6.2 will be 1. 1 equal to 125,000 minus 64,000. If I subtract these two, I will get 61,000 A, and then 2500 minus 1600. It is 900. And then 50C minus 40C. It is 10C. And then D and D will get cancelled, eliminated. That is one part. Let me call this as equation 6. Then the next one, I can subtract this equation and this equation. Means fourth equation minus third equation. Fourth equation minus third equation. So what do I get? 9.1 minus 7.2. You get 1.9 is equal to 216,000 minus 125. So how much we get? 191. 91,000 A plus fourth minus third means 3,600 minus 2,500. We get 1,100 B, and then what is this? 60 minus 50. 60 minus 50 is again 10C. Then fourth minus third, D and D will get cancelled again. So this we'll call it as seventh equation. Now let me subtract this fifth equation minus fourth equation. 5 minus 4. So if I do that, 12 minus 9.1, it becomes 2.9 is equal to 343 minus 216. How much? It becomes 127. Then 4,900 minus 3,600. It is 1,300. Then 70C minus 60C. 10C. D and D again gets cancelled. Let me call this as equation 8. Now, if I subtract 7th equation minus 6th equation, what will happen? This equation minus this equation. 1.9 minus 1, it is 0.9 is equal to 91,000 minus 61,000, 38, 30,008. And this is 1100 minus 900, 200. Why I decided to do 7 minus 6? Because I know 10C, 10C will get cancelled. Similarly, if I do 8 minus 7 also, 10C, 10C will get cancelled. That's what I'm going to do now. Here 10C, 10C gets cancelled. Let me call this as 9th equation. Okay, then now let me do 8th minus 7th equation. 2.9 minus 1.9, it is 1. 127 minus 91, it is how much? 636. 36,008. This is 1300 minus 1100, so it is 200 B. Let me call this as equation 10. Now again, you may notice if I subtract these two equations, 200, 200 gets cancelled. You will be left only with A. So let us do that. 10 the equation minus 9th equation. 1 minus 0.9, it is 0.1. This will be 6,000 times A. 200, 200 gets cancelled. From this I can say A is 0.1 divided by 6,000. How much it is? 0.1 divided by 6,000. We get 0.00001667. Or simply speaking, I can write it as 1 by 60,000. Multiply numerator and denominator by 10 means numerator it will become 1, denominator it will become 60,000. So that is our A value. Now that I got A value, I can substitute here, find out what is B. Let me say 9th equation, 0.9 is equal to 30,000 into A. A is 1 by 60,000 plus 200 times B. So what do we get? 0.9 is equal to 30,000 by 60,000 is actually 0.5. 0.5 plus 200 times B. That means our 200B is 0.9 minus 0.5, which is 0.4. I can rewrite it as B is equal to 0.4 by 200. Or I can again multiply numerator and denominator by 10. So you will get 4 by 200. 4 by 2000, sorry. So now I can rewrite it as 1 by 500. So this B value is 1 by 500. So we got A value as 1 by 60,000, B value as 1 by 500. Now that we got A and B, let us find out what is C. Where is that? Here, I can substitute it in any of these equations, 6 or 7 or 8. I think simple numbers are there in 6. Let me use 6th equation. 6th equation says 61,000, right? So 61,000 A is 1 by 60,000 plus 900 times B, 900 into 1 by 500 plus 10 times C is equal to 1. That is our 6th equation. Now we need to evaluate this. 61,000 by 60,000. It is 1.01666. So many 6. Let me round it off. Too much. I'll make it as 7 plus 900 by 500. That is 1.8 plus 10 times C equal to 1, which means our 10C is 1 minus of 1.8 minus 1.017. So 1 minus 1.8 minus 1 minus 1.8 minus 1.017. So which is negative 1.817. That means our C will be negative 1.817 divided by 10, which gives me negative 0.1817. That is our C value. Right. Now we got A value, B value, C value. We can find out what is D value. Use the very first equation. Which one I can use? I can use this equation, fifth equation. 12 equal to. What is that? That is fifth equation. It is 12 equal to 343,000 times A. What is A? A is 1 by 60,000. Then plus 4,900 times B. B is 1 by 500. Then 70 plus 70 times negative 0.1817. Then finally T. Now let us simplify this. 12 equal to 3,43,343,000 divided by 60,000. We get 5 point, let me round off, 5.72. Then the next one, 4,900 divided by 500, 9.8. Then negative 0.1817 into 70. We get 12.719 plus D, which means our D is 12 minus 5.72 minus 9.8 plus 12.719. Let us calculate this. Minus 5.72 plus 12. We get 9.199. That is our D value. Okay, so we got now all the values. Let me put it as the function f of x equal to ax square. Ax square, a is 1 by 60,000. So x cube by 60,000. Then next one is 1 by 500. That means x square by 500. Then C. What is C? Negative 0.1817 times x. Then finally D plus 9.199. Now what is the question? Question is asking us to interpolate for if x is equal to 42. So f of 42 we have to find out. It is 42 the cube divided by 60,000. 42 square divided by 500 minus 0.1817 times 42 plus 9.199. So let us calculate this. 42 the cube divided by 60,000. We get 1.2348. This is 42 square divided by 500. That will give you 3.528 minus 0.1817 into 42. It is 7.6314 plus 9.199. Let us evaluate this. We get 6.33. That will be the value. Means if you look into that table, whatever table initially given in the question, they are asking us for 42. See, 40 they gave as value, 50 they gave as value. They are asking in between for 42. So if it is in between 42 means the answer also should be between 6.2 and 7.2. Since 42 is much more nearer to 40, the answer should be more nearer to 6.2. So I think we are in the right path because we got the value as 6.33, which is nearer to 6.2, and definitely it is between 6.2 and 7.2. It has to be definitely between 6.2 and 7.2, and it is nearer to 6.2. So that is the way you interpolate by fitting a polynomial curve. You actually fitted a polynomial curve. So that gives you what is the value of f of 42, right? Fine. In case if you find the contents of this video to be useful to you, I request you to please like, share it with your friends, and also subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Take care.